Hello, welcome to my channel. This is Q, and we're gonna talk about a little Kanye news and information, and I'm gonna offer some solutions for Kanye West in this particular video. Hit that like button, subscribe to my channel, click on the notifications so you can get the alerts when new videos are in. And we're gonna go into this particular topic here, and I'm gonna offer some healthy thoughts on what Kanye's options are in this situation. So let's dive right in. A lot of people already know, what's been going on with Kanye and with the Jewish community and what he said, and that a lot of things have played out and how things have played out. And we got some new information on, pretty good information on what's really going on to offer some solutions for Kanye. So Kanye has been done pretty bad, pretty awful. And even in an Instagram post, he said he's been beat to a pulp. So they really done done Kanye really bad for what he said, which, nobody co-signs on what he said. And that was, and I think looking back at it, he knows that it wasn't a good idea to, or a good thing to say. So what's really going on is, yeah, he's been beat to a pulp, like he said, similar to like that pulp in the carton you get with the orange juice. You can get it with or without pulp, and it all settles at the bottom. Everything that's settled, all that pulp is settled at the bottom, and now all he can look at it and say, hey, I messed up now. So it's always remedies and things you can do to mitigate situations and to get a better outlook on things and to look for a brighter future, because a lot of his money has been gone. According to him, 2 billion has been lost. A lot of what you call endorsements, or not, I mean companies that he was working with actually have just let him go. Say, hey, we don't want to deal with you no more, and everything. So Skechers, they kicked him out, and he's just there by himself. So he's kind of like, at this standpoint, he's just on his own. He's kind of like the guy that's out there that's looking for a ride. Don't have a ride home. He got his thumb up like this, saying, "Hey, please give me a ride. Give me a ride so I can go home." And the thing about Kanye is he got two options he can do. He can actually apologize, which he's kind of really done a little of that now. So he offer apology and kind of contribute to the Jewish community too on different things, maybe, monetarily wise, give some money to an organization. And so that's one of his ways he can redeem himself and to, get better relations back with the Jewish community. And one bright thing that I want to point out is one person, which is a Jewish individual that worked, he's a CEO, COO for one of his companies. He came forth embracing Kanye, saying, Kanye really didn't mean what he really said. It was kind of like an emotional rant. So he's kind of supporting Kanye and want people to get a little more understanding of the mental condition and everything that he's been going through. So with that support from someone from the Jewish community, which is a CEO of one of his companies, is a good thing for Kanye. So that can help him make amends with the community. And so a lot of times what happened with Kanye, he went on an emotional rant, and I made videos about it. When you get into emotional rants and that logical thinking goes out the window because you're on an emotional rant and you just going on that emotions, and emotions take you take you somewhere that you shouldn't have went. And that's what happened with him, with Kanye in this situation. He went somewhere he shouldn't have went based on his emotions, and that logic just didn't kick in. So you got to keep a level head. So with this CEO coming out to his defense, he may be able to go that apology route and contribute to some of the Jewish organizations and make a turn for itself. And the next thing, the second thing, that's the only other choice is if he didn't want to apologize and make amends that way. I mean, he's just going to be ostracized and really doesn't look good, and his brand will really be tarnished. And he would pretty much have to do things that's to make up for some of the lost monies and everything. He would have to get with people who are already in business, that's already doing something for themselves, and just become a silent partner in their particular business and contribute to it and grow other people's brand, kind of like a franchise thing, but it's kind of like basically as a silent partner where he's able to build into somebody else's particular companies and play a part, and he can go with the people who need some funding, maybe need some help, and he actually contributes to them as a silent partner and build that way to make up for some of the losses, kind of like mitigating some of his losses that he's went through. And from that standpoint, see how that can go, and maybe later on down the road, as time goes on, he can build other things from that, from investing into other people's businesses as a silent partner and build from there. So that's about the only two things as a solution he has. I mean, once you make your bed, you got to lie in it, as they say, and take, and look at the situation from the standpoint of what's my best option from now. Don't go from an emotional standpoint, but go from a logical standpoint. Just put your thinking cap on and just don't be in an emotional situation where you just lose your train of thought, and you just go on a rant, and you get in a situation that's very hard to get out of. So he's in a deep situation, but there are some remedies for him based on those two things that I suggested. That's about his only option, two options to go. And so it'll be interesting to see how this plays out, family, which way he's gonna go, and see how that'll turn out for him. Much respect to Kanye and his journey, and we saw him where he was at his highest, and now we see him where he's at his lowest. So that's sometimes how life goes. And one other thing too, just to stress, is a person should do what they do best in a situation like this. And the one thing that Kanye got on his side that he does best is he's a great producer and a great entertainer as far as music concerns. So he can produce and rap and make songs, and that's what he do best. So you have to follow on what you do best. And once he lean onto that, he does have an audience when it comes to his music, and he embraces that. That'll be his way out too. So that's another thing that he really should embrace more and put out the music. Even though now he doesn't have a particular label that he can release his music on, but he can release it on his own through independent means, and maybe even get some type of distribution through, a smaller company that's willing to work with him as an independent artist, and he can grow that way too. So he does have that particular out, because you can always go with what you do best, and his best thing is that music. He can't fake the funk on that. We know he make great music, great songs, and everything for everybody to listen to, and that's always an advantage for him. So these are some tips I just wanted to share. Leave some comments out there. Let me know what you think Kanye can do in this situation, or something that I might missed out of, that I can offer some more information on. And that maybe you have some more information that you can share, and that I may have left out in this video. But as always, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. This is Q. Peace.